You ever wonder how genuine you were and how the narcissist could never be genuine back to you? You ever wonder why it was like that, man? I think I used to, I used to sit and watch them change the mask, you know what I mean, for different people. You know what I'm talking about when you see them like become a completely different individual when there's certain individuals around. You see what I'm saying? And you know that who you are and how you've always been this entire time in life. Like you've never done stuff like that. Like you never, like you always you. You know, changing the entire personality, the entire what they find funny. I didn't know you laughed at that. I didn't know you had interest in this stuff all of a sudden. I didn't know that, this is them entertaining the other supply or other flying monkeys, if you rather. To uphold that mask over there. And they'll switch in front of you. They'll get really comfortable switching the mask in front of you after a while because they know that you already used to the Jekyll and Hyde concept to begin with. They know that. You feel what I'm saying? And you just accustomed to it, but when you see it them do it to other people, it's like, dang, I could never have, I don't have enough energy to not be nobody else besides myself. Speaking for myself. And I'm sure I'm speaking for you as well. Like, I don't have no energy to have to do all that. The narcissist is going to spend a lot of their time in their life doing that. Running from themselves, running with other people, to running from themselves, running from problems in their mind that they haven't even tackled, healed, thought about, fixing, nothing. Just going about it, thinking that that's normal to feel and be that way. That's how they're going to continue to do that. Not caring about their own mental health. It's the thrill. You feel what I'm saying? And you and I, like the living true, living who you are, being authentic, being the person that you're making yourself into, how God made you, rather. You feel what I'm saying? Like, most people and most narcissists, you know what I'm saying? All narcissists. Living authentic like this is really hard. You see what I'm saying? Just as much as it's hard for you to put on a mask like that, it's hard for them to be authentic like this. It's the craziest thing that I had ever realized about dealing with abuse, recovering from it, healing, going through the journey, having more perspective on what happened, and then when I hear stories of other people in comments and things of that nature, and then I can relate and see what had happened. I get it. I got it. It's a crazy ride. It's probably one of the hardest rides mentally you'll probably do in your life, is trying to get through the confusion of how a person could really be this way, or people. You know what I mean? Once you start to understand who else you've, been accustomed to the narcissistic abuse with. Being authentic, you being authentic, it's like they have to beat up on you. It's like they mad. They so mad at you for being authentic. They so mad at you being courageous and being affirmative and having the authority to be you, the audacity to be yourself. How dare you? That's how they be talking to you. They be talking to you. How dare you be yourself? That's how narcissists be talking to you straight up. You should be like us and do crazy stuff. And that's not you. You're not authentically made to do crazy stuff. Narcissists do some wild stuff, man. I'm sure we got all kind of stories to tell where it's like, man, you just trying to save somebody from themselves who do not care about how they conduct themselves and make these choices. You feel what I'm saying? And you just don't have the energy to do all that. You know what I mean? Because they're hopping from source to source, from supply to supply. What's the next person that I got to put a mask on for them to like me, and I got to pretend to like that stuff for me to be in that group of people. And then once they start figuring me out, I got to hop into the next group. They just keep monkey branching. But the audacity to be yourself, It's crazy. The audacity to be yourself, the audacity to have a sense of awareness that you don't have to partake in the buffoonery, the foolishness. If you know if people don't rock with you and people don't align with you, then you know that them is not your people. You feel me? The narcissist can't. That everybody's they people. The moment somebody says hi, it's a supply. They add it. Hi, oh, it's a supply. You know, now they entertaining new people to stay in that realm of just like that Alice in Wonderland realm, like just to stay in that delusion, man. You know, inflate the numbers on you. You know how they do you when they devalue you. You go through the discard and they inflate everybody wants me type ordeal. They inflate the numbers. It's not even that the numbers is really inflated. How many of these people is gonna be a genuine individual to you that you don't see as some sort of a transactionary source of supply? You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how they think versus how you thought when you got with them. This is so deep and it's so heavy on so many levels because when you break down the thought process of what you've been through and what you've seen and how it felt and what they said and getting the wisdom on how to build from this, man. I think it's just I think it's a very positive thing if in your healing journey to understand how they thought when they were with you. So that way you can get a better feel of who you thought you were to them, to separate yourself from all the pain and hurt that you took upon, the guilt that you took upon. A lot of the stuff that we thought was our fault was never our fault to begin with. They made it feel like that, for sure. Heavy. It made us feel like the actions and or the situations they put themselves in was our fault they put themselves in. And we took on that guilt. You know what I'm saying? We made it our fault that for some reason we couldn't figure out how to jump through the fire ring the narcissist put up for us to jump through, or you know, the circus they have us do because we didn't do it the routine they said do it this way, even though we completed it. You feel what I'm saying? That's the issue. This is we made it our fault. This is the start of the whole trauma bond. This is the whole start of the devaluation. You feel what I'm saying? This is the whole start of them making you not only take on the guilt, but also make you the villain of the situation, the smear campaign. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what you do and how you feel about it, and or what you've done, and or receipts that you can show, it doesn't mean anything to the narcissist. You feel what I'm saying? I want you to understand, the more genuine you are, the more it makes them feel some kind of way. It bothers them. It does. It bothers them. It's the wildest thing about all of it, because the whole point that you, I, the empath, the chosen one, you know what I'm saying? However you identify, you got there to be genuine. This is what you wanted. You would think this is what people will want as you were entering the situation. The narcissist knew it was a game. And then you being authentic, you actually being normal, you actually function like a regular human being was bothersome, because there's no way there's other people who function as well. I hate to say it like that, but I'm just trying to keep it a stack. There's no way most people, the narcissist thinks functions like this. They all function like the narcissist, trying to manipulate each other and act funny and act different and laugh about stuff that they're not even really into that kind of humor about, just to appease somebody else. Change their entire perspective of life because somebody said something. Like, just hop on so many trends, bounce back, just all over the place. Squirrel, shiny object syndrome. That's how they are. They have you over there stressed out, man, wishing for a better life. Sorry, that's what me and my friend, we be joking about the situation, man. That's what we be saying. But they do. They stress you out doing all these things. And you're just being genuinely who you are. Just there, just along for the ride. It bothers them that you have the focus to want to be with them through this toxic journey that you were with while you were with them. It bothers him. It bothers him so much that you would do the right thing. You feel me? It's crazy. It's so crazy. And it makes you feel crazy. It makes you genuinely feel crazy for a second, because it's like, dang, doing the right thing doesn't even work. So if I do the wrong thing like everybody else around them, then they'll want to have me around. And that's not even good for your own psyche, because now you're putting on a mask that's so not you that it damages you once it's all over, i.e. the healing journey, i.e. repairing yourself. Once all this is over. And that's the kind of thing that you got to think about when you're going through the healing process. You have to rebuild your psyche pretty much. You know what I mean? You got to become your authentic self. You got to remember that. Don't be scared to go back, because a narcissist has made you think about who you hear me. The narcissist has made your authentic self, made you perceive that your authentic self is the wrong way of living. That's how they wanted you. They wanted you to perceive that you being authentically you was the wrong way to live. Why not put a mask on? Everybody else is doing it. Crazy. And you're questioning why? Why, when I'm just being normal, genuine? You feel what I'm saying? It's just the confusion and the fog, the mental fog, and all these things that just the narcissist wants you to align with the nonsense. They want you to align with the circus. We're all doing this. They want you to align with that. They want you to align in, I guess, for lack of a better term, corrupt the way of living, thinking. You feel what I'm saying? You separate yourself when you are authentically you, and you do things that are right, and you do things that align for some type of positive outcome. You build. You actually are productive. You feel me? That's why I always say get in the gym. That gym thing, the gym, exercise. Your authenticity comes from building yourself from inside out. Working on your body is that's in you. You're building your authentic self. You're recovering from all of this. Working on your mind in the process as well. Seeing a vision of yourself that you know you can get to, that you can escape from this cloud that the narcissist put upon you, that they wanted you to align with. You don't need to align with that. That's not the right way to live. You don't have to be that way. You don't have to deal with them either. Letting any more of any nonsense that they have to say about how you live at this point you should always, and I mean always, separate yourself from the narcissist. Always. You can't convince people like that to know that you're genuine. There's no convincing. There's no actions you can take. You can only do so much. Draining yourself. Authentically putting in effort like that. That so freaks the narcissist out, because they don't know how to focus like that. That kind of commitment to them, it's commitment to the person that they're manipulating for as long as that ride is gonna ride. Just to keep it a stack with you. But I'm just saying though, for you and I's sake, like the authentic version of us will always bother people like this. You feel me? To know who self is, and to be courageous enough to just not have to like align yourself with some of the nonsense that people do out here sometimes, man. Narcissist people do. Working on you, not thriving in chaos, not needing to be in chaos, not needing to be in drama. A lot of people like to be caught up in drama-minded concepts because it's entertaining. It's boring. It's boring to work on your body. It's boring to eat right foods. It's boring to listen to podcasts that are informational. It's boring to watch YouTube videos that are informational. It's boring to pray, heal. It's boring to them to do stuff like that, is what I'm really trying to emphasize. Working on yourself, self-improving is boring to the narcissist. If it's not self-improving in a way where they're benefiting from it for real, self-improvement is boring. You want to grow. You want to heal. You want to turn yourself into a version that you knew that you were trying to become for them, but you got to become that version that you saw that you're trying to do for them for you. But that's a boring concept. To work on yourself, to heal, to get yourself out of ruminating. That's boring. They need chaos. They need that entertainment. They need that dopamine rush of all these external things that you can never pull them from, that you put a lot of effort into trying to pull them from. A whole lot of effort. Like draining yourself effort to pull them from. You can't make somebody want to change, and you can't love them into changing. No matter how genuine of a person you are, no matter how much loving of a caring of a person you are, your authentic version will always bother the narcissist. Because again, to the narcissist, it's the audacity to take the path of just go and be you. It's crazy to take that kind of path. And they looking at you, the audacity of you to not care what other people think, to want to be solo, to want to not have to hang out with everybody, to want to go to pretend to be friends with people. The audacity of you to be you and just go work on yourself and work on your own projects, and or hang out with people who do similar things, who don't do crazy stuff like narcissists and they flying monkeys do. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. It's night and day. I hate to say it like that, but it's night and day. You know what productive people look like, and you know what crazy people look like. You know what I mean? And they do different activities where you be like, you know what, I can't hang out with y'all. The narcissist will though. They will. They sure will. And you'll watch them put that mask on, because it's more fun to put on different masks. I don't have to put so much energy into different masks because I only have to put in so much. To be your authentic self is so hard for them. A lot of them will never know who they are. They'll know what kind of manipulator they are. They won't really know who they are for real. Because there's no end game for them. It's just fun, happy. So as long as you authentically self-improve yourself, as long as you always go off into, the bat cave to train and whatever the case may have you, as long as you always strive to be a better human being for you and the people around you that align with you, that love you the way that you love them, that reciprocate the energy, as long as it's like that, it's going to always bother the narcissist and their people. And it's not to just specifically say you want to, make them feel some kind of way. It's just to understand the separation of who you are versus who you were trying to be with them, and who they were trying to make you out to be, and how to make you feel about yourself, about the authentic version of yourself. That's really what the emphasis is. For real, straight up. They wanted you to believe that the authentic version of you, the way that you saw it, the way that you thought that was the wrong way to live. How dare you? How dare you be happy genuinely? But I need to be doing this and stuff and that and all this stuff. And quit distracting yourself. That's what narcissists love to do, is distract themselves. They want you to be distracted with them. They want you to be distracted with them. You wasn't distracting yourself, but you were distracted dealing with the narcissist though, or however long that is. Pushing off those things you was trying to do because you was trying to figure out what this was. Trying to authentically live who you are with them. But again, trying to fix them and caught up with them and caught up in that whole nonsense and caught up in that whole entire lifestyle of just trying to figure it out, dealing with chaos, will distract you and hold you back from who you're supposed to be, from who you are authentically are, holding you back from yourself. Trying not to bother them, walking on eggshells, doing what they say, trying to keep their attention, trying to keep them distracted from the new supply, which you cannot do. You can't distract narcissists from a new supply. If anything, you distracting the narcissist from a new supply. Does that make sense? You can't distract the narcissist from a new supply, but you distracting the narcissist from a new supply. You bothering them. And you can't separate them from them, man. They already idolize them. Quit spending so much time on that. And they're gonna do the same thing with them as well. This is why I always say, like, in every, not even pretty much all cases, if I ain't never seen it, heard, they're gonna do the same thing with the new supply. It's gonna repeat for as long as the narcissist can continue to get supply until they meet the forever supply. The one that's just gonna be there, who just said, hey, I'm the ultimate codependent. I'm the ultimate other narcissist. But, you know, I hate to say it like that, man, but I'm just, you know, I'm joking, but at the same time, I'm kind of serious though. You know, it's going to be a forever supply at some point. You know, hopefully for the narcissist in their mind, hopefully they can get a forever supply that does it for them forever. In the way that they got to continue to do toxic things to entertain the narcissist that you don't have to do anymore. I don't have to do anymore. Living authentically us. Breathing, waking up stress-free, not worrying about when we gonna hear from an individual, not worrying about just the relentless amount of chaos, keeping you and I from our authentic selves, keeping you from a version of yourself that you've been trying to get to, trying to self-improve yourself while being with other people. Bro, sis, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You can self-improve yourself being with other people, but the narcissist, you try to do it with the narcissist, it's gonna always hinder you. They're gonna always drain you. They don't understand the vision. They don't even know what vision even consists of, what that even entails. A good version of yourself, they don't know what that is, man. They trying to figure out the next thrill today, tomorrow, next week, next year. I'm going on that trip, and they'll hype that trip up. They will hype that up. They'll hype that up and make you feel as if like it's just more important than just working on your mental, man. Your mental. You gotta live with yourself at the end of the day. Become the best version of yourself despite all of this nonsense, dealing with this nonsense, being authentically you and who you're meant to be and who you know you can be and who you need to have around you in order to become that person. Don't let any more narcissists that you can see distract you from that. And just know that the authentic version of you is the right way to live. You feel me? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.